Don't Let Go. Up next, in the whip. What's going on? We in the whip.
I gave you my heart.
Morning, good peoples. It's Saturday, and we back in this whip. Yo, so it's Don't Let Go is a movie that I'm going to be talking about briefly on In the Whip review. That one is starring your boy David Oyelowo. Hopefully I got that correct. And your girl Storm Reed, which I got to do a little background to see what else I've seen her in, but she did her thing in this particular movie. So those two are going to be holding it down basically for the movie. It was actually a pretty good movie. Out of the gate, it followed the same format. If you're familiar with Denzel's Deja Vu, it's hard to follow a Denzel movie because it's Denzel. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to follow a Denzel movie. Like, if Denzel makes a football movie, then you don't make another football movie for another 10 years. You don't do that. If Denzel makes Training Day, you don't release New Jack City 2 after that. You don't do that. You don't do stuff like that. Once Denzel put his stamp on it, it's crazy. It's like, yo, once he jumps in the genre and decides that, yeah, this is the movie I'm doing. You remember that year and a half run Denzel had where he, like, everything he did had to do with trains. Like, he made mad train movies and they all were no joke. I saw every single one of those train movies. And for a while I was just clowning everybody who had something to say about this. Like, yo, if he's not training somebody, he's on a train, stopping the train, riding the train, driving the train. I'm like, dang, he went bananas with all trains. But I saw every one of those movies. I digress. So, Don't Let Go basically is about the relationship between these two characters. It's Uncle Jack and, oh gosh, I forgot what. This is weird too, because usually I never remember the names of the actors. I always remember the character's name that they play. Always. And I'd be jealous and envious of people who's just like, yo, oh, that was Martin Short. Oh, that was blah, blah, blah. They're just naming these people and they know them right off the top of their head. I'm not that guy. And to prove it, I really wasn't that guy. I had everybody pulled up on IMDb before I even started, just so that I would have like the two main characters committed to memory. And I practiced their names like 4 times before we even started the video. So that's the type of memory I have when it comes to actors' names. But basically, it's about those two relationship and the closeness that they had. The dad was kind of messing up, and he was messing up, in and out of trouble, trying to get his life back together. The mom was there. You know, the mom was there. They didn't really give you a lot of background on the mom in this movie. But there was a closeness between the little girl and her Uncle Jack. Now, Uncle Jack steps in and does basically everything the dad is supposed to do when the dad is wilding out and not doing what he's supposed to do. And the character really touched my heart right out of the gate as soon as I heard that his name was Jack, because I had an Uncle Jack, and Uncle Jack was my favorite uncle. We did mad things together. Every major event that I had, from puberty all the way up, my uncle was there for that event. So it really didn't matter at that point. I was just taken in by the fact that it was Uncle Jack. As soon as she called him Uncle Jack, I was like, and tragically, I had lost my uncle to cancer. It really took him hard. Like, that's when I really learned how vicious cancer could actually be. When I watched it rip through my uncle's body, that was something else. It took my aunt too. And they were my favorite aunt and uncle. So it's hard to even measure out. So right out of the gate, because of the names of the characters, this movie already had my interest on lock. So their relationship basically was like inseparable. Like, it wasn't like she called her uncle once a week like I did with my uncle, my aunt. I at least would call them at least once a week. Usually the weekend, they knew I would call them and find out what they're talking about and what they're doing. This little girl was on her phone with her uncle at least 4 or 5 times a day. Anything happened, anything new happened, any questions that she had, she would always call her uncle. So I was like, wow, their relationship is no joke. I like that.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Uncle Jack.
You know, the best thing about your dad being such a screw-up is I get to spend time with my favorite niece. Hey, Ashley. Ashley?
Uncle Jack!
Ashley! Ashley? No, God. I'm so sorry, Jack. Tell me this isn't happening. I prayed for a second chance to save her. Who is this?
Who do you think it is?
Where are you calling from?
I'm at my house. In my bedroom.
What's the date today?
It's June 25th.
Believe it or not, I'm sitting right here. 2 weeks in the future.
I don't understand.
There's a crime that in your time hasn't yet happened. Your dad's gonna die. Your mom's gonna die. And so are you. But as long as you're alive, you can change things.
2 days to live? What's that?
Just reconstructing the timeline.
Who did it?
We don't know that yet.
There's people here. There's a white car.
Ashley, turn around and go.
Jack, tell me what's going on. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna let that happen.
Now, so that they could better stay in touch, and if an emergency would happen and she needed somebody, he bought her an iPhone. Okay? Okay, so basically, this isn't even a spoiler. You'll see it when I post up the trailer. But the family ends up getting killed. Okay? And it's tragic. And Uncle Jack is distraught. He's like losing his mind. And it's a few days later, and all of a sudden, he gets a phone call from his favorite niece, which is strange because she's dead already. You see the funeral and everything. They already buried her. So he's like, what is going on? So he's scared to answer the phone. Eventually he answers the phone and it's her. And she's talking like her day is normal. So it finds out that, yo, what date is it? I know it's gonna be sounding strange, baby girl, but what date is it? And it turns out that it's a few days before she actually gets murdered. And he tries to help. He tries to get her to help him solve the murder so he can prevent the murder by catching the person that murders them. It's crazy. It's crazy. And he only has a few days to do it because apparently she's calling from a few days before the actual event takes place. So, I guess long story short, the iPhone has created some type of temporal space-time continuum. Gateway has been opened, and that's the key. The iPhone is the key. Now, I mean, I'm a sci-fi head. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with the storyline. I'm willing to stretch my imagination. I only have one basic problem with this movie. You know, out the gate, like, bruh, why gotta be iPhone though? And why gotta be iPhone? For real. Well, versatility of an Android device. You can tell me you couldn't find a bomb Android device to break the space-time continuum with? I mean, if anybody's gonna break the space-time continuum, it's gonna be Android 9.0. Come on, son. I had a problem with that. You know? No offense to y'all Apple heads. Android all day. Come on, man. Come on. And that's that. I had a problem with that. But that's just me. My personal problem with that. But other than that, you know, movie goes on. He has her doing things in her current present that would help him in his present. And he's trying to do all of this without revealing that he's actually a few days ahead of her, which is weird. So, I mean, the whole conceptually, it's a crazy concept, you know? And it's a crazy thriller. And it was well written. I had a problem with the ending though, okay? Which is why I couldn't score this bad boy higher than I wanted to score it. Because with Deja Vu, it just came together and they ended it well. With this, it's like, okay, we're running out of time. It's one of those, we're running out of time. We gotta end this somewhere. Let's do it like this. And I had a problem with that. I mean, it got to the point where it was like, okay, there's a couple ways we could actually end this. How we gonna end it? So that was basically it. It's a solid film. And it was a good watch. You'll probably agree with what I'm talking about if you go to watch this movie. About the ending. There's a couple ways they could have did it, but the ending at that point just seemed abrupt type thing to me. It was a good watch as far as my sci-fi thrillers go. So I'm going to have to give this one a 2.5 out of 5, yo. You know what I'm saying? If you got nothing else going on, you can go check this out. Haven't seen a good thriller in a while. This would be one to go check out. Shoot, I really don't know what I'm going to see next. I still got to try to get... I want to check out that peanut butter one, that peanut butter movie with Shia LaBeouf. I want to check that out, but and I still want to check out that other movie. Shoot, these are outside of Westchester. I may have to go to Dutchess to check those out, and that's a drive. So, but in the meantime and in between time, I'll catch you on the next whip review. Peace.